It's very common to hear people say that you should never eat less than 1200 calories a day. That if your coach has you on 1200 calories, then they are a terrible coach and you need to ditch them ASAP. It literally seems like a sin within the fitness industry to be eating 1000, 1100, 1200 calories a day. It's like there's this magical cutoff where 1250 calories, fine, deficit's got a deficit, but 1150, bro, you gotta get out of there. And honestly, this magical cutoff point, this automatic assumption that less than 1200 calories a day is bad, is a terrible thing. It is a complete myth. It is a myth that I'm going to be breaking down today and explaining to you why lots and lots of people will need to eat less than 1200 calories a day. Some people should be, some people will need to be, some people have to, just to reach their body composition goals. It sucks, but it's true, and it's a hard sell because people literally want to be told the opposite. But I'm going to try and sell it anyway because apparently I don't like getting views. Speaking of which, the YouTube algorithm has been destroying my ass lately, and a lot of other content creators. So if you value our content, please show your support by commenting anything for the algorithm, but something nice would be nice. Giving the video a thumbs up, subscribing if you aren't already, because all of these little interactions with the channel really do help pick up the views. So help us out and support us, please. You can go to the top link in my description for information on my online coaching, or you can email me directly on ashmaypt@gmail.com. Now let's get into the video. So I think that the myth that stepping below 1200 calories a day is a terrible thing. It came from a few different sources. The first being the amount of nutrition that you can fit into a small amount of calories. Let's say that you are dieting on 1000 calories and you weigh 130 pounds. You're a small person. Because of that, you are looking for 130 grams of protein a day, which totals out to 520 calories. We'll be charitable with fat and say that you are aiming for 30 grams a day, which is 270 calories. That only leaves you with 210 calories to fit in carbohydrates, vegetables, fiber, and all of the goodness that you need from your diet outside of proteins and fats. And that is going to make dieting in a healthy, sustainable way really damn hard. So that is one place that it came from. And the second is that there are a lot of shitty coaches out there that use eating a lot as a way to market their service. Nobody wants to be dieting on 1000 calories, whether they probably should be or not. So it's really easy to market to these people and say, look at my clients, everyone eats 3000 calories a day and they're shredded. Oh, your coach has you on 1200, you should come to me, you'll be able to eat 2000. That is such an easy sell. Even though it's literally selling snake oil, it's never going to pay off. And the third is, again, shitty coaches out there who have actually abused low calorie intakes and usually other supplements alongside that and have messed up people for the long term. The three of these things together have given low calories, calories less than 1200 calories a day, a very bad rap that definitely isn't always justified. But just like most myths, there are some grains of truth here. It's very true that it is difficult to have a healthy diet of less than 1200 calories a day because you have to fit in so much micronutrition and macronutrition into a very constrained amount of calories. But who said that dieting on 1000 calories was healthy? Because if you are dieting, it's a temporary small amount of time to get you to an end goal. If you are doing it to be healthy, if you are purely eating to be healthy, then yeah, don't eat below 1200 calories a day because it's going to be harder. But the chances are that you aren't doing this to be healthy, you are doing this to achieve a certain look. You need to accept that there are always going to be trade-offs in life, and for you, the current trade-off might be eating a little bit less nutrition than your body should be getting, and if you deem that to be okay, then that's okay. However, it can have all the grains of truth in the world, but it's still a myth, and here's why. There is so much goddamn variation in energy expenditure between people, it is insane. I'm sure you've heard about the overfeeding studies where they gave participants 1000 calories over their maintenance calories a day. Some people gained exactly how much weight you would expect when you're eating in a 1000 calorie surplus a day, which is 2 pounds a week. Other people gained zero weight because they literally kneaded and wiggled themselves, they upregulated their metabolism to match the current intake. And other people gained more than 2 pounds a week. They became less active, their metabolism downregulated from the influx in calories. There is such an array of people, it's ridiculous. And guess what? There is this same level of adaptation when it comes to underfeeding. Maybe you've heard of Pascal Floor and Steve Hall from Revive Stronger. They are fairly similar heights, fairly similar activity and lifestyles, and they definitely follow the same nutritional and exercise beliefs. But Steve gains weight on 4,000 calories a day, and he ended his competition prep at 2,700 calories. Pascal gains weight on 2,400 calories and ended his competition prep, I'm pretty sure, at 1,300 calories. That is nearly half the amount between two very similar people, and that is crazy. Moving on to talk about the maintenance range, and this is a concept that a lot of people don't consider, but it's very often the reason that you have to eat less than you think you should be to achieve a certain rate of weight loss. Maintenance calories is not a number, it is a range of numbers. For example, if you're currently maintaining on 2,200 calories, it's very likely that you could also be maintaining your weight on a 200 to 400 calorie window around 2,200. This is just because of metabolic adaptations when you're not really pushing the boat one way or the other. So if you're currently in the middle of the range and you've got a 400 calorie window as an individual, you're maintaining on 2,200, you could also maintain on 2,000, you could also maintain on 2,400. Or if you've got a smaller range, it will be 2,100 to 2,300. Some people are going to have smaller ranges, some people are going to have huge ranges. Again, individual variance. But what this means is that your typical 500 calorie subtraction from maintenance to lose a pound a week isn't going to work unless you are subtracting that from the bottom end of your maintenance range. Because if you are eating 2,200 calories a day, but your maintenance range is 2,000 to 2,400, if you take away 500 calories, that brings you down to 1,700. That's only a 300 calorie deficit from the bottom end of your maintenance range. So you're actually going to have to subtract 700 calories a day from what you're currently eating to achieve 1 pound of weight loss per week, rather than 500. So if we now apply this to a woman that's maintaining weight on 1,400 calories a day because she's a small person, her maintenance range is 1,300 to 1,400, so she's already eating at the top end of that range. To lose a pound a week, she's going to have to subtract 600 calories a day, which already brings her down to 800 calories right off the bat. Should she be losing a pound a week if her maintenance calories is that low and she's that small of a human being? Debatable, but that's a topic for another video. So where you start a diet is nearly never where you finish it. As you lose physical body size, as your body downregulates movement and NEAT because you have less energy, so on, your calories will need to drop to coincide with that. And these effects only compound over time. The digger you deep into your body with fat reserves, the more your body is going to push back and hold on to energy. Average BMR for a male is 1,800 calories a day. On average, BMR is 70% of your total daily energy expenditure. So that would bring the average total daily expenditure of a male to 2,300. Now we need to get him into a 500 calorie deficit. If we assume a 300 maintenance window, we'd need to take away 650 calories. That brings him to 1,650 calories. And that's a starting point. As time goes on, he loses 10% body weight, reduces BMR by around 180 calories. Plus the reductions in NEAT and everything else, maybe now he's at 1,400 calories. This was a guy starting at 2,300 calories, a very typical average guy, and now he's already at 1,400. And it makes perfect logical sense when you lay it out like this. So where the hell is a 120-pound female going to end up at the end of her diet? Less than 1,200 calories. It goes without saying that I'm pulling these numbers out of my arse. They are by no means accurate, but they do actually reflect real life. I have a lot of experience with clients. I've seen this a lot, and these numbers, they're not far from the truth. As you keep losing weight, calories are going to keep going down. You're going to keep adapting to your intake, and you are going to end up lower than you want to be. And for some people, that will have to be below 1,200 calories a day. So yeah, calories, they can get real low. But cardio, Okay, so add in cardio. Sometimes people will argue that instead of going below 1,200 calories a day, just keep adding cardio instead. Which in theory sounds great, but these people are not considering a few important things. Some people don't have the time. Like, literally, they have zero time. So that's off the table for them already. Then if you do have the time, it would be realistic to expect somebody to do, let's say, 30 to 60 minutes of cardio a day. Most people will already be doing that by the time they reach 1,200 calories, but let's pretend they aren't. If you add in 30 to 60 minutes of cardio a day, that's not going to take you very far in terms of energy expenditure. You are probably going to be doing LISS or MISS, so moderate or low intensity cardio. You're looking at a couple hundred calories a day at most. Then there's the fatigue that comes with cardio to consider. You're currently shredded and you're on your way to being peeled, diced. You've already lost a big chunk of your body weight. You're already weight training 6 days a week. You're already eating in a big calorie deficit, really trying to dig, but you need 100 calories less per day to stick to your goal. When you're in a state like this and you feel like a zombie and your whole body is chronically fatigued, it is so much easier to eat 100 calories less because you're already going to be hungry. You're already feeling like crap. It's so much easier to eat 100 calories less than it is to burn 100 calories more. So honestly, a lot of people making these claims about 1,200 calories or less a day being bad fit into two distinct categories. The first category is that snake oil salesman of an online coach who wants to convince you that however much you're eating, he can double it and still get you diced. It sounds really good and it works for him as marketing, but unfortunately it's BS, and if you fall for it, then you need to really start considering where you're getting your information from. And the second category is young males, some might call them teenagers, who have never been shredded. They have no idea what it takes to get there and they have no real world experience. So why would you be listening to their opinion anyway? They have no applied knowledge. They just have a YouTube account which is able to leave comments. Speaking of comments, let me know your comments in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. It's a really interesting topic and one that can kind of get a bit frisky, so I'd be interested to hear your thoughts. Hit the top link in my description to go to Progressive Physique Coaching, my online coaching company, or you can email me directly on ashmaypt@gmail.com. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thank you as always for watching. Until the next one, see you later guys.